Yo. Welcome once again to the show. This is Talk About It with Chidi, and I'm here with my co host Sake. This is the show where we talk about things that are difficult for people to speak up, but right here, we talk about everything. What's up, my brother? Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, let's dig deep into it. Where do we start from? Let's just go straight up to the elephant in the room. Peter Obi is being accused of corruption. What's your take?
Well, basically, it's going to be a very long, we'll break it into the size that we can break it into. Peter will be in the picture and he's basically suing two, in quotes now, prominent, but I'll call them not prominent individuals. That will be Kenneth Okonkwo and Sheyi Adeyanju. I will call them not so prominent because they are riding on the back of Peter, and now they are, you know, trying to harvest on him in quotes now because they don't have any particular information that they claim they have. They just felt or thought he would not even go into this um, court issue to, bring them to account for what
So, but do you think that he should have gone to court?
Lily delivered and
But do you think do you
backtracking
think do
and
you think do you think Peter Obi going to court was
you know
counterproductive? Do you think Peter Obi going to court was counterproductive?
no, it's to me it's not counter productive because really it will be a dent on his image if he doesn't go to court. Believe you me, it will be counterproductive if he doesn't go to court. So he has to go to court because they need to prove those informations they think they have and they think they can give to the Nigerian public. So
Well,
let them bring it to us.
but before we go into,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
my this thing kind of just flick off for a minute. But yeah, I see before we go deep into it, let's kind of bring our listeners into understanding what the topic about Peter Obi is. Peter Obi has been accused of corruption for accepting bribe for 10 million by a party member who said they were asked not to pay any money until they are the candidate, until they are selected as a candidate, then they cannot pay for the form or whatever. And to me, that is a good idea in order not to extort people for candidacy fee where only one person will emerge, and at the end of the day, you keep other people's money. But the guy said they later told them to come back and pay 10 million naira each and all. But the party has come out, the NDC party has come out and said it was like a fundraising kind of stuff for the party, and it was voluntary payment. Nobody extorted him of 10 million naira. And this guy kind of took his issue to his friend who is in another party, the ADC party, the party of Atiku. NDC is the party of Peter Obi, and this person left his party, took their internal party issues, and took it to ADC and told it to his party candidacy opponent, and that one went on on TV and blow it all out. When it all came out, the guy that went to tell Kenneth Okonkwo those things came out and denied ever telling Kenneth Okonkwo anything about such things of Peter Obi being a corrupt person by extorting him 10 million. But as Kenneth Okonkwo went ahead and released more of their conversation, he has actually come back out to say yes, Peter Obi was aware of the corruption, that Peter Obi cannot give that excuse that he was not there, that he should just say the truth. So right now, Peter Obi is suing Kenneth Okonkwo to come and prove how he's corrupt and how he was present at John Wood Hotel when the transaction was made. So that is the background of what this Peter Obi conversation is. If you want to know more, you can go
Eh,
read.
Chief, I would want to just give you a little bit of insight.
Go
The
ahead.
same person you're saying has come out to say, okay, they paid or they were meant to pay because it's allegedly to pay 10 million naira. Do you know he has come out to say, let Kenneth Okonkwo come out and tell the Nigerian public where he said, where he said that what's it called? Peter Obi asked that they pay 10 million naira. And the evidence, because the best Kenneth Okonkwo in quotes now said he had evidence. Let Kenneth Okonkwo bring out those evidences that he claimed that he has. Let him bring it out that he presented to him or gave him for record purpose. And I can tell you for the past 3 days, Kenneth has not been able to come out with those informations. The guy came out, not it was on national TV. Let Kenneth bring out those information that Kenneth claimed that he gave him. Because even during that conversation with the host on the TV, he was basically calling Peter Obi leader. Even when he was in ADC, Peter Obi was in NDC, or is still in NDC anyway, it's not worse. He's still in NDC. He was calling Peter Obi leader. So let Kenneth Okonkwo bring out the evidence that this particular man gave to him that, okay, oh, this is what, or this is how we paid this 10 million to aid the ADC for our candidacy. Let him bring it out. I challenge you, Chidi, I challenge you. Go find out.
So actually, I have no dog in the fight for one, though, right?
No,
But but
I want to bring you to the fight right now.
right, right,
I want,
right,
I
right.
want, no,
But I want to challenge some of your ideas on Peter Obi too, as someone that supports Peter Obi. Remember, we've had a couple of session where we spoke about Peter Obi's honesty, right? We first of all talk about that little girl when she gave that
definitely.
speech, correct? When she gave that speech, that little girl gave that speech. We talked about it, and I asked you a question: if Peter Obi is just a persona, if there is evidence or truth behind the fact that maybe he might not be all quickly clean as people might attribute him to. I understand that is his whole stuff, right? His whole personality, his whole politics is all centered on his integrity and all. But the person that told Kenneth Okonkwo has come out to say that Peter Obi was aware and Peter Obi was there. How do you argue that particular part of it?
I'll just okay. Take for instance, okay, take for in terms of his persona, I'll tell you I go with him 100%, 100. I'm not telling you 10 or 15%. I'm going with it 100%. Those that have come to argue are the ones now fighting. You understand? They are the one now trying to, okay, I said this, I did not say this, or say it in quotes now. They are the ones bantering between themselves. It's not even Peter Obi. Now, he has taken them to court. Like, okay, go and defend yourself. Give evidence of what you have said. So, personal wise, I will tell you, I'll give it to him 100%. He might not be on 100%, but me personally, as an individual, I give it to him personally 100%. I don't know him, but when you see happenings, things that has been done in Anambra State, because basically that's the only okay outside his personal business from the Stanbic Bank and the rest of it, where he's CEO and and all his business ventures. He has governed Anambra for 8 years, and you cannot trace anything. This is the only governor that has left. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 75 billion naira while leaving office. He has invested almost $200 billion for Anambra State, and I want you to just mention any state governor outside Peter Obi that has made that kind of investment in any industry. He left.
Well, Peter Obi was a an average governor in my opinion,
He
but
wasn't average.
no, was
Chidi,
an
don't
average
tell
governor.
me average. Chidi, don't tell me average. That the word average. It was exceptional. Don't
No,
use the word average
no.
on Peter.
Okay, you can use exceptional. I'll give it to you. But to me, he was an average politician, an average governor that achieved mediocrity, and people sees it and try to.
I would like for you to define
So
mediocrity.
no, no,
No, I would like for you. No, Chidi, you have to define mediocrity, because if you say mediocrity, eh, come on, mention any. Okay, you now. I challenge you now. Mention any state governor that has outperformed Peter Obi. I'm challenging you now.
no. See, I'm not arguing
No,
that
Chidi,
when you
no,
wait.
no,
Let me explain.
no, no, don't
Let me
deviate.
explain.
You are
Hold on. Let me
deviating.
explain.
I don't want you to deviate. I don't want you to deviate. I just
No, I'm
want you
not
to tell
deviating.
me, no, out of your head as you sit down, as you
Okay.
sit now, I want you
Mm,
to tell me any state governor that has performed Peter Obi.
okay, fine. I will tell you, but just give me a minute to make some context to it,
No,
right?
no. I'm not giving
I
you
will
any
make
minutes.
hold on,
Don't
no,
do
no, no.
anything.
You
I
will
just
not
want you to
expect me
give
to
me out
say
of the head.
no,
Me, I'm
no.
telling you out of my head
I'm not.
now.
Hold on. Wait first. I'm not in a courtroom to answer yes or no, right? I still need to put context to what I have to say. Peter Obi, this is my opinion. That does not make it a fact, right? Peter Obi, in my opinion, is a mediocre governor. He did the bare minimum. But if you put him in comparison to the Nigerian kind of government or governors you
You are
have,
not mentioning names.
hold
You are
on, now
not
let me
mentioning
explain.
names.
If you
You
put
are not
him,
mentioning names.
if you
Tell
put
me
him in place,
somebody.
hold on now,
Tell
let
me
me
a
make my
governor.
point now. I will tell you, let me make my point. If you put Peter Obi in comparison to other governors in Nigeria, you will now understand, okay, that he is in a top notch. He's high, he's on top there. But on a normal sense, what Peter Obi gave was mediocrity, was mediocre compared to what the people of Anambra deserve with the level of amount that was coming into that state. Peter Obi did not do anything monumental. But if you talk, the only thing I can give him is when it gets to education, he performed well in education because why? He invested in teachers, he invested in the student. But apart from that, every other thing like roads, infrastructure, electricity, um, empowerment, parks, different kind of things. You cannot point to those things and say Peter Obi did excellently well in those things, right? You cannot, because if he did, you would have still be seeing the ripple effect of those things Peter Obi did. But if you want to talk, there is no governors in Nigeria that you can compare with Peter Obi at his level. But that does not mean Peter Obi is an exception. It was an exceptional governor.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, you're done. But you just deviated. I need a name.
But there's no name to give you because there is no governor in his level, right? Because he is better than all the governors, right? But in the real sense, what Peter Obi gave was a mediocre governance. That's
Really,
what I'm trying to
see,
make you understand.
I always want to tell you at every point that we talk, governance is a continuum. You don't destroy what your previous governor has done. This is basically what we are going through. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, I can hear you. I'm just giving you the floor. I can
Okay.
hear you. Yeah.
Governance is supposed to be a continuum. So where I stop, you continue from there. And I will tell you for free. I don't stay in Anambra, so I will always use Edo State where I stay as a yardstick for everything. We used to have, okay, maybe probably after this conversation, you go and check Osisyomo. We don't have right now. We don't even have electricity in this house, and I cannot afford what's it called,
Solar.
light, solar energy. So I'm basically just working on the ring light. But we used to have what's it called, Osisyomo light.
Was
That okay, it was powering a lot of community down Sapele Road. But when this particular governor came into power, what did he do? He closed down Osisyomo.
so what do they do in Osisiomo? Is it like a company or what?
Osisyomo is like okay, a power station that powers different factories. You understand? So yeah, they pay more, but it brought down the what's it called, the supply that this particular BEDC are supposed to be given to the normal people. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. It brought down
So
the
hold on. Before you continue, so when you talk, I try to give you the floor, like put your face on the screen. So don't worry, I
okay,
can hear you. You are good.
all right. It brought down the power that these people, this normal BEDC, are supposed to give to the normal citizens, in quotes now, because now they've segregated us from band A, band B, band C, those kind of things. But OCCM was basically powering the factories, the hotels, because Benin City is basically about hotels and the rest of it. And all the small, small factories are coming up. But guess what? When this man came in, Opeolo, he shut down Osisioma. I don't know if you understand me. He shut down Osisioma.
So
I'm
what was
just
the
there
reason?
to.
So what was the reason given for shutting down the OCCML?
There was no reason. It just because it was Obaseki's project.
Because that was what you're trying to talk about, continuation of
Mm.
governance.
Mm. So continuation is supposed to be the thing that we ought to have been doing. If we
So,
had been,
at the time the OCCML was available, you guys were getting more consistent electricity
yeah,
than
consistent light. Now, these particular hotels, the factories are now dragging light with us, the normal citizenry. So now we hardly get, now I'm in darkness. Even if I pay for my, what's it called? My prepaid, I would not get light. I can go 5 days without light. So I need to fill up my gallons and my tanks inside the house at least to get water for us to sustain till the time they give us light. So continuity is a very big issue in Nigeria for whatever reasons. And I'm just trying to quote the reasons to you now. They don't continue any project. Instead, I, I wish I had, maybe had the equipment to, I would have shown you a lot of nonsense they have done at Sapler Road.
But
You
people
know
say,
Sapler Road.
let's not deviate from Peter Obido. But I just want to ask you about the governor. Is it working? People say he's building roads in Edo State. How true is that?
Well, I will not tell you it's not working, but it's the Chidi. Don't take the word out of my mouth. I don't want to, you know, get
All
into
right,
any
let's not talk.
situation.
Let's talk about.
No, 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 no. I will still talk about it.
No,
Yeah,
Akbako.
he's
Let's not
building.
talk about Akbako. Let's leave Akbako alone.
He's
Let's go
building.
back to Peter Obi.
He, he's actually building two flyovers right now. One at Ikoba Hill side and one at Sapler Road. But I think we don't need it. There are so many things we need.
We'll talk about Akbako and Edo State another time. So, but for Peter Obi, let's round up the topic of Peter Obi, and I have one more question to ask you about that. So, where do
Chidi,
you?
Chidi, you cannot ask me about Peter Obi. I
No, no.
swear
I
down.
just want to ask, where do you think
Oh,
the lawsuit is gonna end? But they've not filed the lawsuit on Kenneth Okonkwo yet. Though it's only Deji. They are still waiting for Kenneth Okonkwo to apologize.
see, left to me, he should sue the both of them simultaneously. Let him just do it because they both thought he would just look the other way and not talk about it or not even act on it. Now that he has started acting, everybody's taking the chill pill and trying to this guy. But really, I'm in concurrent position with him. Let him just sue the both of them and whatever they need to pay. If they need to go to jail, let them go to jail. Because if you don't have
They can't go
evidences,
to jail. That's defamation. And defamation is a civil lawsuit now.
eh?
It's only nine. That's defamation. You can't go to jail for
Is
defamation.
you can go to jail for defamation of character,
Ah, it's
Chidi.
Nigeria. Is it not Nigeria? Congolese country. Defamation is just financial penalty. That's what it is. It's a you see.
Do you know?
Hold on,
Do you
hold on.
know
Let me tell you.
you have indirectly disrespected us
No, no.
because
Let me appreciate Peter
we
Obi
have
for a minute for you. Let me appreciate
we
Peter
have
Obi.
sitting laws. We have sitting laws that
No,
can make you go to jail for defamation.
no, no. It's not that. The law is called cyber stalking law. I've read it
Mm.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cyber stalking. Okay,
Yeah, I've,
nobody's talking to anybody now. You are just directly. This one is not stalking.
no,
This
no,
one
hold on,
is
hold
you
on.
directly.
Let me explain something to you. The law that you're talking about is called cyber stalking law. And that law, I believe, was placed so that people cannot criticize politicians and police and the states online because they know online is the new square, open square where people come to debate, right? So they don't want all those things to be there because those are real strong topics. But that aside, Peter Obi is a real man of the law. This is why I respect him because that's another reason why Sowore is my man. Because the law for defamation, even in your constitution, says you sue the person. No, not really your constitution, like the laws of your land when it comes to defamation, because it's not in your constitution.
Chidi,
It's
Chidi,
just
Chidi, Chidi. No, 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 no,
no, no.
no.
Let me explain for
I
you. Let me
want.
explain.
I,
Let me
no,
finish
Chidi,
explain. You can
Chidi,
go research
Chidi,
it later and see if I'm
Chidi,
right or wrong.
Chidi,
Wait, you
Chidi,
can go. Hold on
Chidi,
now.
wait.
Let me just finish.
No,
Hold
I
on.
want
Let
to
me.
take something back. I want to take something back. Chidi, I want to take something back from you. Law of your constitution. You need to rephrase.
Whose constitution?
You said law of your constitution.
All right. There is
I
no
would
that.
like for you to take it back.
Okay, let's say like this: this particular law is not written in the constitution, but these are laws that was passed by the
No,
House of Assembly.
no, that's not where I'm. That's not where I'm going to. Law of our constitution. Law of our constitution. You need to take it back.
Okay, our constitution, right? Because well, I'm a dual citizen, so let's leave it like that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, love our constitution, but it was passed that defamation law is that you can go to court and seek damages if your reputation was damaged due to what someone said against you. And this is just a clear case of defamation if really there is no evidence of Peter Obi collecting any bribe, right? So for Peter Obi to go this way, instead of him going to use police to harass the person and keep the person in jail for a long time until he's satisfied that the punishment is okay and finally do one or two mago mago and allow the person go. Or the one that was done by was this guy Simizos Badekule that has finally sentenced that guy to 2 years. Those things are just for power sake, ego sake. You have power to use the police and the court against the less powerful person. But normally, Peter Abbey is going in the right way by suing them in a civil court, not a criminal court. That is only penalties, financial uh, reprimand. So that's
Obligation.
why,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why I give Peter Abbey kudos. Well, what do you have to say about that part? And let's just round up and go to the next topic.
Well, basically, I think he did the right thing, and like you rightly said, he did the basic civil thing for any civil citizen to do. Okay, he has sued them to court. Let them come and explain or give what's it called, the evidences that they think they have or that they have to the courts for the court to decide if they are defamed him or not. But basically, they are scared right now because there's no evidence to buttress, because those that they mentioned in quotes now have come out to say, we did not give this man this information. We don't have any communication with this man regarding this particular information. Now, take for instance, Kenneth Okonkwo. I'll be very particular about Kenneth Okonkwo because a lot of people have come out. There are no videos, anyways. A lot of people have come out to say, we did not have this kind of conversation with this man. He's just after money.
But the particular guy that actually was mentioned, the Dixon, whatever this guy's name, Dixon, has actually come out to say Peter Obi cannot deny not being there. So that is still another thing hanging on. But let's see how
Yeah,
the
no, no. See, it's a two-way thing. I don't know the video you've seen, but he has come out to say Peter Obi did not take any money from me,
no,
and he
he
did
never
not.
said Peter Obi took money from him. He said the party. But Peter Obi was aware that Peter Obi was there when the whole team was playing. I never said Peter Obi took money from him. But let's move on. I know Peter Obi's issue is very dicey to you. VDM takes the street.
No, no, no. Chidi, we need to just sort this particular one out. That no, me, I cannot. That Peter Obi did not take money from him, and the party took money from him. Is a two-way thing. You don't bring. Okay, Peter Obi, like Dixon, Sereke Dixon said, Peter Obi did not pay for the nomination ticket. I'm just trying to bring out one particular thing. So if he's doing some other thing outside Peter Obi's knowledge, you don't bring Peter Obi into it. These are political parties. You know their gimmicks. All of us from APC to ADC to NDC, we know their gimmicks. They are all politicians. All of them are looking for platform to contest. So if Peter Obi has seen NDC as his platform to contest and is favoring him, he will not interfere in the internal politics of NDC. He will leave it to them. Let them just handle their problems. He has already gotten the ticket, and you don't want him to. That is the same thing that happened at ADC. It, uh, it happened at Labour Party. PDP was there at PDP. He doesn't give money. That's the problem that he has. You understand? He doesn't give money. And all of them want money. Kenneth wants money. There are evidences that money was Kenneth's problem. Peter don't give that money. If he's going to pay for something, he pays for the service you render to him. Not just, just give you money for you to carelessly use and, just look the other way because he has it. He worked for it.
So are you actually
And
insinuating that Kenneth, after 2023 election, was like, oh boy, I couldn't pay my bills after all those TV show and everything.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
So when this came
And
around and Atiku flunked dollars, it was like,
Atiku is paying his bill now. Atiku is paying his bills.
hmm,
So
Nigeria never see. Let me tell you one thing I want to say about this election, right? Nigerians, they've not seen anything yet. If they want to see suffer, they should elect Atiku.
no,
You see all the money Atiku has used to campaign all these years. The
they
first
go
four
pay
years.
for him. They go pay for him.
So let's move on. So let's talk about VDM takes the street. Do you think VDM is the savior?
Man, man, nigga.
Is VDM the savior?
No, not actually a savior, but it's, I would say VDM is almost like the tip of the iceberg because he has let them know that a civilian can, put the dirt in the eyes of the politician. This nigga came from China, and that same night, we had more than 5,000 persons waiting for him at the airport to welcome him, not just to welcome him, but to prevent the DSS from arresting him. I doubt any politician can boast of that status. I doubt
But
any politician can boast of
please
that status.
don't use the N word again, though. No, no N word. So to not make it hard for me to edit.
Okay, I'm just okay. Forgive me. At least that's the first time I used it. I'm just telling you, no politician in Nigeria can boast of that status of 5,000 persons. I saw prior to that.
But
I
you
saw
can say
videos of this.
bullshit and fuck and bitch and everything though. Every other thing you can say. But just some racial slur, yeah, because of our
Uh,
YouTube algorithm.
I prior to that particular entry of him into Nigeria, I saw videos of people saying, we don't take over all the hotels for Abuja, meaning they came ready, to take over Abuja for a particular individual. Tell me which politician in Nigeria. I'm telling you now, you
But my
just
question
mentioned
to
it.
you is my question to you is what is very dark man doing that other people have not done before? What is he doing differently that other people have not done before?
VDM has been able to galvanize the youths in Nigeria, into not just being social media freaks and they just brought light, not just social media freaks, but intellectual individuals. This guy will, at every um, end of the month, you need to see the cleaning that they do in every state, not just one state. Every state, they will go around every gutters, they will clean up, they will pack, not just leave it on the side of the gutter, they will clear it up. I don't know where they go to drop it, but they do that on a monthly basis. And these are supposed to be responsibilities of the state governor, the state government, but they are not doing it. And an individual has,
To be honest with you, sorry to cut you short, that's not the responsibility of the state government, though.
who is
Is it?
okay, supposed to
No,
be who?
of the
The local
local
government,
government.
right?
Correct, correct.
Local government. But
Even
the local
airport,
government are not the local government are not doing it. Are you aware of that?
because
They are not
do they
doing
even have local government? They don't have functional local government in Nigeria. Those are just they don't even know their duty. They don't hold town. They don't even hold town hall anything. Nobody. No, that's not local government. That's just a name.
the capacity is not there. The capacity is not there. Believe me, Chidi. You've been away for a very long
So normally this is the duty of a local government.
yes.
Make sure
Which is
the
talking.
waste, make sure the waste are picked up. Make sure the waters are running. If it is a place
Even
that's if it's a
Chidi,
place that snows, yeah. If it's a place that snows, make sure you ply the snow. Make sure there is no. You fix the potholes. You fix the bad roads. Make sure the airport and everything is functioning properly. Airport isn't supposed to be controlled by the federal government or a state government. It's supposed to be controlled locally. You understand? Then you pay. As in, there's a way the system works, where the airport is controlled locally. The state gets some revenue that comes from the local government. Like that, trickle all the way up to the federal
the
government. Just the way the
council,
federal government
the
gets
councils
money
are supposed to be
that
the
comes
ones
from the
in charge
state.
of these things. The councils are supposed to be the one in charge of these things. Local council,
The local government
because we
chairman.
have
I don't know if
from
it's chairman you guys use or councillor.
it's chairman. Yeah, that's you use the right word. It's local
That's the
government
person that's
chairman.
supposed to be
So
responsible
the,
when your roads are bad, your schools are not good. Those are who you're supposed to go to, not even your governor.
so we
Well,
basically are just running.
this is what I want to say
You
about
know
very
why?
dark man's. This is what I want to say about very dark man's protest. I think it's a welcome idea, right? But before anybody goes or indulge in any protest, are you ready? Are you ready? Have you done all your research? Have you sat down? Have you told yourself that you are ready for whatever comes your way? Because when you push against power, power pushes back. That is a fact. Power pushes back. And I hear you say he has galvanized the youth. That is yet to be tested. That is yet to be tested. And secondly, I see people talking about him being president. That is just another lame thing to say. But what I'll say is that the idea of him sparking a revolution is a welcome one. And if he's going to do that, he has to put down his ego and collaborate with other people who are like-minded, other people who wants to see the same outcome. That would be a way to go, not just to try and be the head of it. He can be the head of it, but he should try and reach out to other people
It is. It is.
that are in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. I like your opinion about a lot of things, but I will still disagree with you with a lot of things. I told you about your person, Sowore, for instance. You know, him being okay, he wants to be president, wants to be president. You and I know he doesn't want to be president, so I'll just leave that aside. But I will tell you, in terms of collaboration, I believe if VD was supposed to collaborate with anybody, it should be with Sowore because Sowore is an activist. He should not even be in politics. Left to me, I'm just telling you my own view of things. He should not even be in politics. Both of them should be able to collaborate. But Sowore has been like, he wants to maintain that status quo of, being the senior man. All of us want to be senior men, whether you like it or not. But this guy has gotten more clout than you, whether you like it or not. Even not as a politician, he's gotten more clout than you. People follow him more than they follow you. Put your guards down and align. I follow what you just said. Okay, people need to come together and try to, because I can tell you, if this election goes south, the violence will not be good. And I'm here. I don't know how it will be. So I would rather it goes well and everybody, vote and go home, or vote protect your vote and get the right this thing. But for that VDM issue, I think both of them can align, and I think Sowore can also align with Obi. They will bring a lot of crowds together within themselves. Let him step down. He's not going to win. You and I know that. So he's your man. Don't get me wrong. Sowore is your friend. But you and I know he's not going to win. So why?
sure, is not my friend, but it's somebody I admire very well. And when you talk about him being a senior man, he is a senior man by definition of his antecedent. He's a senior man by definition of his portfolio, his experience. Very dark man just started when less than 5 years ago. So, to whom respect is due, or what do they say? Shora is one of those people that has paid his dues and continue to pay his dues. It is not Shora that is to go to very dark man. It is very dark man that is to go to Shora.
Yeah,
Just
not even particular about who is going to who. It doesn't.
no,
It doesn't need to be somebody going to somebody. Don't get me wrong. There are things like link. If I want to, maybe probably want to talk to you, for instance, is yeah. If outside this our what's it called podcast, I could easily have gone to somebody else and reach out to you, say, man, Chidi abeg, see what I want to do. All of them need to link up. What's it called? Daki can easily go through this fella's son, Sheung. and say, okay, I want to
But now
talk
I
to
hear
you.
and Shehu are no longer in good terms now. So
Yes,
very
they're
dark
no
man is
longer.
just making hold on, very dark man is just making enemies here and there. That is not how to be a leader. Leaders build correlation, not division. Now my question to you is between very dark man Sowore and who do you think has sacrificed more for Nigeria youth?
Definitely, I would say sure. Don't get me wrong, though. Daki is my, yeah, as it stands now, I will not go for Sowore, but I would say he
Yeah,
has
we're not
sacrificed
talking
more.
about now. We're talking about they are both. See, this is me. I
So that,
think
see,
I think Very Darkman has made so much money from his activism. You don't make money from being an activist.
he's not, Daki is not an
So
activist.
what is he?
Daki is just a normal human being making his money. You understand?
How does he make his money? How does he make his money?
Wherever,
By doing
wherever,
by doing
Daki is making,
activism.
I'm
Well,
telling you, wherever
let's play some videos though about the protest. No, you can keep talking. Let me search out the
Mm.
video.
Wherever Daki is making his money doesn't concern anybody. Daki is basically on his own, and I'll just let him be. The philanthropy and the things that he's been doing doesn't concern anybody. So long he's not touching the trust fund, or that's what I would call a trust fund, because that's what he's using taking care of a lot of people and the rest of it. You cannot mention the boreholes. How many governors, how many ministers, how many local government chairmen have done the boreholes that Dake has done? So that one is just by the side. I don't even the reason that one. Any fucking person, I don't want to use the F word
So
keeps
let me
coming to
ask
my
you a
head.
question. Do you think Very Dark Man can go through what people like Nnamdi Kanu and Shore has gone through in the hands of the Nigerian government and the
They will not even
betrayal? Hold on, and the betrayal from Nigerians and still be able to stand?
no, they would have killed him by now. You know why? The funny thing is, what makes them pick Daki right now? That's why they are being cautious. What makes them pick Daki right now? Riots will erupt in Nigeria. I swear down. No words being mind. If they pick Daki, then you know that everybody don't, okay, Mo just spoil everything. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. I'm just telling you about the vibe. Even within my place of work, that's the vibe. Make them no touch him. You understand? That's the boldness that he has. Everybody wants, okay, you want to do it, let's do it. And the government in power right now doesn't want to get in the face of Nigerians, because if they get in our faces, then whatever they see, they'll see.
Okay. Well, sorry, excuse me. Okay, don't mind me. There's a rumor circulating of Very Dark Man that he has been arrested, but it seems like that is not true.
I have defeated the root of all evil.
So let's listen to what he has to say. Well, this is not the video. Let's listen to this first one, the one he spoke after rumors were circulating he has been
Small, small,
arrested.
make I connect am with this one. But my eye dey red my yansh dey pay me. Oh my leg dey pay me. Oh my leg dey pay me, bro. Oh boy, the kind waka I pay don waka, and tomorrow na another waka again. Because that's why
My
will this dey
man,
call me?
put eyes on
That's
your leg, please. Go put
put
eyes on
me.
your leg.
No, we go stop. We go take Caro Bridge. From Caro Bridge, we go move enter here with the message. You understand? Tomorrow we are preaching. The highest thing when you go to those kind of places, you go tell them say, come. Nobody should go and collect 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira. I don't understand. Nigerians, is it that they don't even have sense? How do you collect politicians? If they kill people, politicians know they can't see you. If maybe flood enter on a market, politicians know they come. Oh. If fire burn your market, politicians know they come. Oh. When politicians won't go do campaign, they'll come find you. They'll come on a market. They'll come chop food. They'll chop corn. They'll chop banana. They'll chop this. I don't know. Is it that you people don't have sense?
What's your take?
Basically, he just said it. You know the storyline. These guys just go to Itakara during after every 4 years with the commoners, and it's just stating the normal fact. They just come and sit with you. The woman that's frying akara, they come sit with you, and they act and they video them and they put it online.
I mean, I don't even know whether you will meet this.
How can you say?
We are seeing it for who they are. The internet has exposed a lot of things to our knowledge and our hearing. So we can see them for who they actually are because they just come every 4 years. Nobody goes after 1 year to go and sit down with any akara fryer and say, okay, oh, I want to eat beans cake or I want to help you fry beans cake. They come every 4 years.
Do you think he has what it takes for this revolution?
Well, I will not say yes, and I still will not say no. I would not in between. But if it's something that is going to happen, it is something that we need. It is something that we need. So I'm not going to say yes or a no. But if it's something that is going to happen, I will tell you loads of millions of Nigerians are going to be involved in it. So I
finally hope Nigerian youth are tired though.
Sorry, why this particular thing seems like okay, is this populated in quotes now? I would say is because most of the regional leaders of this Rattle movement had to travel down to Abuja to, welcome him. Probably this movement would have spread out. I think that's the only mistake they made. They would have just left their regional leaders, state leaders, to mobilize people. From there, the crowd have grown even more than what we are seeing on the screen right now. But most of them are there. I've seen a lot of Rattle leaders that are there with him, which I think maybe limited the whole thing. Probably
Well, let's listen to what they are saying though. Let's listen to what he's saying over there.
I mean, I don't even know whether you will meet this.
How can you say it's either I'm calling on them to lay down their arms or they will face the Nigerian state? What do you mean by or? Go into the bush and bring out those children. Like I said, understand. The main problem is that shut up.
Look at quiet now, yes. Ogu kill you. When I quiet now, yes, easy. When I quiet now, yes. Easy.
You go hear later. Like I said, if you keep quiet now, these children where they carry for your state. If you just shut up, you let them go. You go be like Chibok. Up till now, Chibok girls still inside bush. Nigerians moved on too quickly from that matter, so they were never brought back. For this same country again, they kidnap children, carry them enter bush. They never still bring the children. But they kidnap former minister children. They go inside bush, taking them. You know who is 3 days. So you know where they dey, and you know if you go bring the other ones back because of the poor man children. Because of the children of the masses. We are not not going to let that happen. Bandits must go. 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 Terrorists 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 must go. Kidnappers must go. Kidnappers must go. Kidnappers must go. Kidnappers must go. Bring back our children. Our children. Bring back our children. Bring back our children. Must go! Must go! Must go! They started all of this. Listen, when they started all of this in the Muslim states, they started all of this in the Arewa states, in the northern states. Yes.
When I come down first now.
When they started all of this in the Muslim states, Nigerians need to pay attention. Nigeria, please. They don't know for Kaduna. They don't know for Katsina. They don't know for Kano. They don't know for Kaduna. They don't know for Edo.
Yes.
They don't know for Bayelsa. They don't know for Enugu. They don't know for Anambra. They dey Oyo State. They still enter Lagos.
Yes.
There's no place that they are not in this Nigeria. They are everywhere.
Yes.
So it's either now or never. The president needs to hear the voice of the people and tell us that, oh, if at all, give us 3 days to bring the people back. That's just what we want to hear. Yes. Not all those long empty speech.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes,
sir. Say, well, bandits must go! Terrorists must go! Bandits must go! Terrorists must go! Bandits must go! Terrorists must go!
Can you hear me now? I didn't know I was muted. Very Dark Man
Oh,
said something that caught my attention. He said when it was happening in the north, Nigerians refused to listen. So my question to you is, who did they refuse to listen? Who was that person that was warning Nigerians of what is to come, and Nigerians refused to listen? Can you tell the people if you know?
well, I basically cannot mention any particular name, but I would say a lot of warnings have been coming. Take for instance the instance that I think there was this 300 children that were picked up at a particular time, and when the commander of that particular troop that was supposed to go and protect those children, or those that were supposed to be on guard for those children, were moved from that particular school, they said the command came from up above.
So
And
so
I'm sorry, wait, I'm sorry, till now, we still don't know who the up above is that gave that particular order
no,
that
let's
we
take
should,
this step
because,
by step. There's a reason why I'm asking you. I want us to take this question step by step because that is just a leap to more questions that I have for you. You say there is no particular name. Well, I'll give you one name. Nnamdi Kanu has been saying this since 2020, 2015, when Buhari became president. Till today, Nigerians refuse to listen. Now, this is my second question. Do you think Nigerians owe Nnamdi Kanu an apology and he should be released from prison?
well, left to me, Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have any reason to be in prison till now. Left to me, because you know a lot of people have said a lot of things more dangerous than Nnamdi. We have Sheikh Gumi. Let's mention names. Sheikh Gumi, as what link does it have with the bandits? And he has still not been picked up. The government released with him, and they just, it's almost like a negotiator between the government and the bandits. So, but he's still working free. He's still staying with his family. What really has Nnamdi Kanu done? If you relate Sheikh, Gumi, and Nnamdi, okay, they killed in the east. Don't get me wrong, they did do their killings in the east or kidnapping, as the case may be. But even at the north, Sheikh is always doing collaborating, or I don't want to say collaborate anyways, but he's the one relating with these people. If he could reach
Let me
out,
ask you a question. You said something just now that I need to interrogate. You said Namdi Kano people did their thing like kidnapping. Has there been, has there, I see the light has gone, okay, it's back on.
hmm,
Has there been evidence of, when I mean evidence, I mean like court sentencing people associated with Namdi Kano with kidnapping or his movement? Has there been any court sentencing of any Namdi Kano's
yeah,
affiliate
not
with kidnapping?
not actually, not actually. If you want to mention IPOB will be related to Nnamdi, whether you like it or not, is the most prominent name relating to IPOB. You understand? So they always relate anything happening in the east to him, whether
But
it's
just
a
to make
job.
our viewers understand, just because they attribute it does not mean it's true, though.
Yes, it doesn't mean it's true because he's been away for so many long. Okay, take for instance, this is protege or in quote now, what's his name that was arrested? Was it Switzerland or whatever?
So I feel like,
And Finland. So it doesn't mean that he takes all the decisions as it stands now, but they will always attribute it to him as an individual. But this sheikh, in quotes now, he goes directly. He goes directly. We've seen videos of him. We've seen videos of our DP with militants and with Boko Haram people. Come on, so why are we deceiving ourselves? We know how these things play. It's a
all right,
political game.
all right. So we don't just deviate though. But another question regarding this Namdi Kano issue: do you think Namdi Kano is getting the blowback for pushing against the people that be just the way very dark man might end up finding those people come at him at some point if it happens that the revolution starts to gain steam.
Well, I would say, first of all, me personally, I do not like Nnamdi. Not his personality or he's very intelligent. He's an intellectually sound person. So I would say that part of him I'm okay with. But inciting, we are supposed to grow Nigeria. And for me, I stand by that. I do not want any division or anything like, okay, north, south, east. I am not in support of that particular agenda or anything like that. But Nnamdi is very sound. But I think there's a way we can harmonize ourselves and come together and try to build a better Nigeria. But separating Nigeria is not something me I stand for. I'd love to just go to the north at any point in time, go to the east at any point in time, and remain in the south, west, southeast. Just so I'm not in support of this IPOP issue. I'm definitely not an IPOP uh, promoter. I'm
Well,
not promoting.
let me say this. I'm somebody that believes in ideology, and I really don't really care who's pushing the ideology as long as our ideology is something I can see common sense to. You say you don't like Nnamdi Kanu, but when you spoke, I think you just have policy disagreement with him because you acknowledge his intellect and his well versed spokenness and knowledge of history and all, but you disagree on the aspect of dividing of Nigeria. In future, I'd like us to talk about this topic though in future some more, but I just like us to continue to just talk a little bit about it. You can disagree with the policy of you don't want the breakage of Nigeria, but you cannot disagree with the ideology of the with the statements of the fact that he said Tinubu is going to become president and he's going to destroy the country, which is one. He said bandits, terrorists are coming and they're going to come kill everybody, which is two. Those are the things that are happening. He talked about Islamization of Nigeria. Very dark man is starting to say the same thing now. So there are so many things, if you really listen to what he says, that you describe as incitement because the news media has made people to believe they are incitement. If you look at it, it's just a wake up call. It's like a calling call for the masses to wake up and see what is happening. See that there is death coming from the north. And the statement of breakage, I think those things was to bring the conversation to the table because Nigerians, when they hear Igbo people talk about Biafra, the Eastern when they talk about Biafra, everybody gets up on their feet. But that, in my opinion, kind of lost the real issue, which is people are coming to kill us. And most of them are not Nigerians, like I have heard reports. Even I've read or watched video where politicians talk about them importing these people to run election, and after election they refuse to go back. So you can disagree with Nnamdi Kanu everything you want about the solution of Nigeria, but you cannot disagree with him that everything he says about is happening today in our present day. What do you have to say?
The clarion call from Nnamdi is something that we all, okay, who are beginning to see, whether we like it or not. But I still will say to you that um, dividing the country, or the Igbos being on one side, the Yorubas, the Hausas being on the other side, is not something we need at this point in time. We just need to have a leader that can, you know, bring all of us together. If we need to, okay, regional governments, all those kind of things, it's an option. But dividing the country is what me I am not in par with. Because first of all, I'm from Akwa Ibom, for instance. I was born in Oyo State, that's southwest. Akwa Ibom is in south south. I was born in Oyo State. Uh, I schooled in the north before I came back to south south again. I schooled in Mina, Niger State, and I came back to south south. And I've been around. So I will. The experience is all in my head, and I love it. The unity, the pride, and the rest of it. So I cannot just look the other way and just let anything just happen to that unity. That's just the only thing. And I believe the only person that can really, really, Chidi, bring that unity that we need to cement this country once again, because it's almost being fragmented and this is not what we need. The only person, the name I'm going to mention, shall be. So whatever your campaign is, whatever your reach is, I think I'll tell you categorically, Chidi, sorry I'm making it like look like a campaign, for an individual, but I'll tell you for free, person that I think can cement this country again in the next 4 years is Peter Obi.
Well,
And
if you look at it, right, that's why I asked you the first time if you think Nigeria or Nnamdi Kanu an apology, because I also asked you who is that person very that man was referring to that was warning the country and nobody listening to, you know, ends up to Nnamdi Kanu. So you see why it is difficult for peace. Hold on, let me make this. This is very important. You see why it is difficult for peace because Nigeria's issue is fundamental. It is fundamental. I don't know if you believe in imperialism. I believe in imperialism. I believe in colonialism, in neocolonialism. Not until that fundamental grip is removed from Nigerian people, there is no going anywhere. Not until that is removed, there is no going anywhere. People that are fighting, that are advocating for such removal, are people that I support. I support the ideology of Nnamdi Kanu because he's talking about imperialism, just like I support Ibrahim Traore, Tijani, and all. This is why Sowore is my guy. Let me explain to you why Sowore is my guy. I, for one, am like lockstep with Sowore when it comes to ideology. Let me explain to you why I say so. Most of Sowore political policies, like most of his policies, those I concur with. That is why when he speak, I know he means well. For example, when he talk about police officers not having a barrack, they should be able to get money from government to buy a house and live amongst the people they serve and protect. That shows me he knows what he's talking about. That means he knows how to restructure the Nigeria and the fundamentals. Sowore believe in revolution, which I believe also that that is the way Nigeria as a whole can move forward, right? To remove the total political class and replace them with working class people who have the people at heart, right? I believe that too. But this is where Sowore is losing me, the imperialistic part of it. Is that what I mean? The reason NSAS did not work wasn't because Buhari was powerful, it was because Britain became scared. That's why NSAS did not work. Because tell me how the world will see the calamity and the killings of people in NSAS and they will turn a blind eye if not because of interest, their political interest on what they get from Nigeria to keep Nigeria under their grip. So, are there things I disagree with Nnamdi Kanu on? Absolutely. Are there things I disagree with Sowore on? Absolutely. Are there things I disagree on VDM on? Absolutely. Are there things I disagree on Mama P on? But one thing we all have in common in my ideology with them is that they want a better society for our people. Whether from Sowore to Nnamdi Kanu. Because before the Nnamdi Kanu picked up his mantra of division of Nigeria, he was actually fighting for the enhancement of Nigeria. But this is where Shoel lose me. In everything you do, if you still do not solve that fundamentals, it's to still bring us back to division because the different tribes, Nigeria is a very tribalistic society, and those things play a major role. I do not think Peter will be in 4 years will be able to correct those things and make a reverse because only just coming to put band-aid on the wound will not solve the problem. What do you have to say?
well, basically, you stated everything that needs to be stated because no one human is perfect, whether we like it or not. And we all have our divisions. That's why coming together is almost the necessary thing. We blend our ideas together and try to make it work. Sowore, Peter Obi, Namdi, they are all revolutionaries. whether we like it or not. And if they were able to come together, if I were to say Sowore now, so long as your person and you talk to him, if I were to see him, I'll tell him,
Again, he's not
bros,
my friend, and we do not talk.
okay, okay, somebody you are related with prior to now, I will tell him, bros, step down for this man, work with this man. If not, we'll end up still being left with this uh, president, as the case will be. Like imperialism, I'll just say, okay, the world is almost in the imperialistic kind of situation, whether we like it or not. We don't really what's it called? Democracy, even in America, I will not tell you it functions as the term democracy, because there are so many things that goes behind closed door that we don't know. And but we just need to still, adjust to it, because it's better over there than it is over here. Because right now, say for instance in Nigeria, sorry, can I deviate?
Yeah, you can
I'll
just.
just very briefly. What's it called? Oshomole made a very salient point 2 days ago. Somebody's, okay, in quotes now, allegedly, let me use that word, 210 trillion naira, 210 trillion naira from NNPC, and he has been summoned 9 times. Nine. He has not turned up for once. And they summoned, okay, they issue a warrant of arrest for him. And the Senate president is canceling the warrant of arrest when they have the evidences of external auditor. I'm talking of 210 trillion naira. And well, like you said, Sowore, let me just return back to the topic. Maybe that one will be another talk for another day. But if you're talking of 210 trillion naira by an individual, then it's something somebody needs to talk about, because we need to keep bringing it to the fore of everybody's faces to know how dirty these people are. But nonetheless, Sowore is my man. You disagree with him on certain things, I disagree with him on certain things. But if I were with him right now, believe me, Chief, I would tell him, drop your structure.
You see where Sowore has proven himself. He has proven to even work for Peter, work with Peter Obi, right? When Peter Obi in the 2023 election, Sowore offered to hold a protest with
He
him.
has never, he has never worked with him.
No, I say he offered. I didn't say he worked. I say he offered to help lead protests to fight for his mandate. But Peter Obi chose the latter. So that is to tell you that Sowore is looking for anything that will strike up a revolution where the people of the youth will take over their country. You see Nepal, what happened in Nepal? They ended up appointing like one of the people from the protest, and the country is heading in the right direction. Just look at Burkina Faso, heading in the right direction. So those are the kind of things we're talking about: a revolution that can turn the destiny of the people around. Because
Chief,
a country that cannot provide security for its people, a country where
Chief,
its citizens are massacred all over the world because they run away from their country, a country that cannot provide food, a country where millions, hundreds of millions of people are in dimensional poverty. That is the country we're talking about.
Yeah. What I would say, if you say he offered to protest, that is because that is his own ideology. And I want to believe now, God forbid, Peter wins this next election. And for one reason or the other, they try to take it away from him or from us, not him, from us, because we are the ones that are going to be voting. That is where we will need Sowore. Sowore can easily just, okay, step down and say, okay, my vote and my supporters, let's support Peter so that we can get this mandate back. He can be appointed for something or the other way around in terms of maybe compensation. But in contesting, it takes away some certain number of votes from Peter that could have maybe enhanced Peter's number of votes in quotes now. So I think they need to sit together. I thought you guys were very close. Believe you me, I felt okay, you can, make something happen, like let them talk together and reach an agreement.
Well,
That
I wrote him a couple of messages to see if he can come on our show and talk to us. So hopefully he sees this and decide to come. But now let me ask you a question. Why are you so keen on Sowore endorsing Peter Obi, but you're failing to encourage Very Dark Man to endorse Peter Obi? You said Very Dark Man has his pulse on the young people. Is he not in the right place to endorse Peter Obi and give him the vote of the youth?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. You know what? You know why I say Sowore?
No, no. Answer why are you not encouraging Very Dark Man to endorse Peter
I
Obi?
follow. I follow that. Don't get me wrong. I follow him. I don't even follow Sowore. Don't get me wrong. See, okay, let me give you a breakdown. Before now, before Peter came into, as in, before he became a direct presidential candidate, it was Sowore that me, Nosa, Biodun, all of us in the office. This is the person that we wanted. That was Sowore. But when Obi came into the picture, we just felt okay. This one, the ideology, the presentation
No,
of
you're not
everything.
getting my question. Don't you think Very Dark Man can sway the youth to vote Peter Obi on a higher
Yeah,
number if he
okay, but
endorsed Peter Obi? If you think
if you
so,
have
why are you not encouraging Very Dark Man to endorse Peter Obi?
if you have seen most of his posts, he has said that he's not going to encourage anybody to vote anybody. Use your head to vote.
You see,
But
that's where you're
we
wrong.
know, we all know, no, sorry, we all know where that direction is going. If the same person that said choose who to vote for has come out to say Tinubu has failed, who do you think is promoting?
He's not promoting anybody because Atiku is there. I hear PDP
Atiku,
is ushering in good Goodluck
did
Jonathan.
you see
Hold on,
did you
hold on,
did you
hold
see
on,
the court case?
hold on,
Did you
hold
see
on.
the court? Did you
Even
see the
his
court case?
even his own chairman, leave Atiku on the court, even his own chairman, even Very Dark Man's chairman, who is Tunde Ednut, right? Endorsed Peter Obi. And Very Dark Man came short, even came to clarify after Ednut, because they were both on the same video. After Ednut made that statement, he came out to clarify that, listen, me, I'm not supporting it. So why are you putting so much uh, responsibility on Sowore, who at the moment might not have the pulse of the youth, but you're failing to put responsibility on the man you say has the pulse of the youth to endorse your candidate. Why so?
He made a decision that he's not going to support any particular candidate, like I was saying, and I'm going to respect that. But what I'm
Then why
trying to
don't you
tell
respect
you,
Sowore that don't want to endorse Peter Obi because he believes Peter Obi is the same class of the people that have wronged the youth of Nigeria? Why don't you think that is the same reason Very Dark Man is refusing to endorse Peter Obi? Because he believes
okay,
they are all the same.
I'm just okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you know that what's his name? Jackie was in support of Peter Obi in the last election. Are you aware?
I'm not aware, but we're talking about right now, like
Uh, okay,
2020,
what
2027
we're,
election.
we're talking about right now. Now, I just want to maybe probably you've not seen it. The new judgment regarding ADC, that's the article. It probably would not even be on the ballot in this next election. Is that they have postponed the judgment of the of their case in terms of who is the chairman or who is not the chairman till, in short, indefinitely. They just postpone it indefinitely, and they are supposed to submit their registered voter by on the 10th. I think next tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow today.
But you see, well, I don't want to go into the judiciary, but that's still the failure of the judiciary. How can you, as in, postpone a case that requires judgment before an election to determine who's on the ballot, who's not on the ballot? You see, that's just a kangaroo kind of court you guys talk. That makes no sense. I came to you to tell. Wait, I came
Not
to you
only
to
you,
tell you. I came to the court to tell court that look, oh, they are trying to remove me from the ballot. Election is in a couple of months, and the court just adjourn indefinitely past election. And also, there are some cases where they want to rule who won election. They are ruling after the person has finished his tenure. What kind of a country? Please let's not go into judiciary right now because that will take us into another location, another kind of one will be open with that. But let's move to our final topic, which is what's happening in South Africa. I know you live in Nigeria. What's your take about what's happening to the Africans in South Africa?
well, basically, I want to, in terms of Africa, I would say right now we are in a dire state. Reason being that this xenophobic issue in South Africa has, probably, just melt into the head of a lot of Nigerians. You can even see, even this World Cup that is just starting now, people are supporting Mexico as against South Africa in terms of African nation. But that's not the case. If our African leaders cannot, you know, we have AU.
They cannot unite the continent. That shows a level of failure. But my question now is that how is the conversation shaping up inside of Nigeria?
Is making now, okay, as at yesterday, um, Ghana were trying to push out MTN from their country. Like, okay, MTN and DSTV, Ghana, let them, so long they are pushing their citizens out of their country, let them also leave their country. And, all those, and Nigerians are also, Oshomole started it, like, okay, MTN need to leave Nigeria, all those kind of things. So it's basically becoming like a, a war,
A tit for
a
tat.
continental war within us, not even external war within us. We are just fighting ourselves. And you know, I even learned yesterday that some of the uh, companies or the superstores that they push Nigerians out of over there in South Africa. Now they can the South Africans that they have been because what they do is they push you out and they allocate it. They push Nigerians out and they allocate it to a South African. Now the South Africans cannot pay the rent for that particular store. I don't know if you understand. They cannot pay for the store that Nigerians have been paying for, and that they cannot restock because while they were pushing them out, they were looting. Now there's nothing inside the store, so they cannot pay for the store. They cannot restock. So now it has gone to okay, oh, from pushing this one out, and I cannot restock the store that have been given to me. And the owner of the buildings are not going to take less for what Nigerians have been paying for over there in South Africa. So the scenario is just, not even clear for anybody to even understand. So assessing it right now will take a lot of digging and, getting the right information and the rest of it.
Well, for me though, I just think it is a two-way street, right? I'm not gonna blame the South Africans totally for their behavior, but we're gonna play some video. Let's play this video and we'll comment. So imagine this guy, jobless, all of a sudden has gained world prominence because of his evil deed against other Africans. These are people, this guy opened his mouth and said South Africa has so much money that with the amount of money they own, that the government can pay each one of them a 1 million rand every year not to go to work, just to sit at home. He's not even saying the government will pay them a 1 million rand every year to work, but to sit at home. So these are videos of Nigerians supporting Mexico against South Africa. But after all this, I still have something to say to Nigerians. But let's watch what these people are doing here.
Where are you from? We're Nigerians, but we live in England. Nigerian? Yeah. All up in Mexico. Yeah. We're Mexico. Mexicans today, man. Yes. Let's go, Nigeria. Where are you from? We're Nigerians, but we live.
So this is. Do you think this is like a petty kind of payback and retribution? What do you think?
It's not a petty. Well, those guys are just having fun anyway, so I'll just leave it at that. But I'll tell you, if you were an accountant, I'll ask you if I was paying my citizens 1 million rands just to sit at home every year.
No productivity. The country
Who
will
then
go
work?
to the country will
Who
go
then
to
work?
hell. Nobody works.
Who
Nobody
then
does anything. That money won't come
work?
around. You see, that is why I tell you that the people are just so lazy and stupid.
The
So
bad
this
part is that you can even spend the money if there were no foreigners that are working. Okay, you say, okay, you want to pay all your citizens. Even Dubai, take for instance Dubai. Dubai will bring in foreigners that will work and earn. But I'm paying you $1 million for you to just, 1 million rands for you to just sit at home and not do anything.
and you still
How
don't want immigrant to do the work. Well, this is a video of people who were able to break into. They were able to break into a salon owned by an immigrant, by an African immigrant, and you see how they are jubilating. This shows the level of laziness. You can't create your own. You can't build anything. Instead, you're looking for what people has already built to steal. You know, that is just so crazy. I swear to God. You can't build anything. Yours is just to steal from people that has built in your life. That is sad.
Go back to your countries. We are tired of you guys. Go back to your countries and this nonsense. You destroy your country. You come to South Africa to destroy your country. Go back to your countries. We are tired of.
And the funny thing is, the police are assisting them.
So because the police agree on what they are doing, the police support what they are doing. There's like an actual worldwide issue with immigration, in my opinion. Though people are tired of other people coming to their country. Let's listen to Abike Dabiri, what she's talking about regarding the South Africa issue.
Let's make one thing clear. These are not illegal. They didn't commit any crime. The only crime they've committed is the color of their skin, that they are blacks, just like them. But we're so glad that Mr. President immediately approved the evacuation, and here we are today. So we're glad we're able to do this. And for anybody who says they committed any crime, no, they should hold their heads up. In fact, they are our heroes and heroines because they behave so well. And the ambassador Ajayi, and our sister in Pretoria, in Ambassador in Johannesburg, were wonderful.
How do you feel about this moment? Who are you? All right, we feel great welcoming our nationals back from South Africa. Mr. President authorized this evacuation and is personally interested that we have an orderly process. And I'm so happy to see the excitement in the cabin. They feel welcome. They are happy to be back, and they were happy to welcome back home. Home is home. Home is sweet. All right. Thank you.
So, what is your final take before we take our final story? There is a particular story I want to really dig deep into with you. What is your final take on this South Africa issue?
Basically, well, we have put ourselves in this state, whether we like it or not. The government has, if it were not for
18 years.
I doubt so many Nigerians would have been traveling to South Africa for greener pasture, in quotes now. So we need to, now that, okay, they've showed us that, okay, we are not needed over there, let's try to make our country a more conducive one in terms of business, because Nigerians are very creative and, uh, we have the ideas and we know what to do at every point in time. Just that the environment is just not conducive for us. That is why most of our Nigerians are moving out of Nigeria and going to South Africa. Now that they've sent us back, because I will say us, because we are all one and we need to just still stick together whether we like it or not. So we just need to just try to make our economy conducive for the Nigerian citizenry so that we can build and improve the Nigerian economy.
Thank you. You just said it also. Now, there's nothing for me to add on that topic, but I want to play a video for you.
18 years. You own a car. Speak louder. Speak louder. You say you are how old?
I'm 18.
You're 18.
Yes.
You own a car.
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living?
Sir, what do you mean by what do I do for a living? I'm a businesswoman.
You're a businesswoman at
Yes.
18. You own a car in Nigeria. What are you telling us?
What you say you're doing business? What type of business are you doing?
What type of business are you doing? You own a car 18 years.
Officer, I'm in a hurry.
You're in a hurry to where?
See,
Okay,
yeah,
wait. Okay,
wait.
Are we stupid by stopping you to check? You say you are in a hurry. What type of insolent?
Check the particulars, please.
Officer, what do you...
It's like
What is inside that bag?
What is
What is inside that bag?
What is inside that bag?
Officer, why are you interrogating me? It's something. I'm heading somewhere.
It's something like what? It's something like what? You said you are a businesswoman. What is inside the bag? You said you are the...
These are goods.
You are a Yahoo girl. You must be a Yahoo girl.
You must be a Yahoo. Why must you own a car by 18 years? You must be a Yahoo girl. Don't tell me that.
Okay, open your phone.
What kind of business?
Now,
Open your phone.
Bring your phone.
Open your phone. Open your phone.
Let's
18
check
years
this
you
girl very,
own
very
a
well.
car.
Open it. Let's
Have you checked
give me
the-
that phone.
Have you
Let
checked
me.
the driving license?
officer,
Check.
what's all this now?
Will you come on? Will you shut up? I'm talking to you. 18 years you own a car.
You own a car.
You say you're a
You
businesswoman. Make sure you search.
Open
this
your
car.
phone very well. We
Open
want
it.
to check everything.
Open the gallery.
What's
Enter
all
there.
this
Open
for
your
now?
WhatsApp. Make sure you
Open
open your
that
WhatsApp.
phone. Open that phone.
Open your WhatsApp. Let's see your chat.
Open it.
And your Facebook.
If you see any illegal thing, what would you do to you
If
now?
you see any illegal
Use your
thing.
hand. Use your hand and operate it.
Who is calling you?
Of that. Give me that phone.
Of
Give me
that
that phone.
phone.
Give me that
phone. Give that phone.
Give her that phone.
Take, sir.
Let me answer the call. Hello?
Look at it now. There's no legal stuff here. Look at it.
Open your Facebook.
18 years you own a car.
Officer, I'm in a hurry.
I say open your Facebook.
Hey, young woman, don't try to joke with us here. 18 years you own a car.
Officer, look at it now. There's nothing here. I'm in a hurry.
Open the WhatsApp. I need to see the WhatsApp. Go there, open the WhatsApp.
Open
Open
it
the WhatsApp. Don't
Open that
if
WhatsApp.
I hear
What is your take on this, Kisley? Because me, I have so much to say.
Basically, it makes us look stupid, whether we like it or not. The police look stupid, and I'm very not happy that their faces were not shown on that particular video, because if their faces were shown, I believe they would have been picked up, because they are all being picked up right now whenever this kind of scenario happens. So the current AIG, the GI, the IG, he doesn't take any of these things carelessly. Once he sees the video, they pick them up. I'm just surprised that their faces were not shown, because I see no reason, if it was not for the kind of economy that we're running at 18, people in America already have cars. This young lady just tells you that she's running a business. You are not asking her what her business is.
In America, they have many kids that are millionaires that do
Uh-huh,
online businesses,
That's
that do
where I'm
a lot
driving.
of stuff online.
That's where I'm driving at. All you wanted to see was our phone, our Facebook. What concerns you with our Facebook? What concerns you with your phone? So that's what I'm saying. The only anger I have is that their faces are not shown. Probably we'll just put it out there for every other persons to see, so that it can just go viral and just every other persons can see it. Because this is dangerous. They could easily, if you see within that girl's space, there were bushes, meaning she was not in an highway or a highway, as the case
She
may
was
be.
she was not in the town. Is that what you mean? Like she was
Yes,
on the
yes.
freeway. Okay.
They could easily have just ambush her and do whatever they want to do on her, and it just goes like that. So many of these things that we don't see, just because this one was captured and published, is why we are seeing it. What do you have to do with our Facebook? What do you have to do with our phone? They've made it explicitly clear to all police officers, you don't have the right to search anybody's phone. Go through the papers. If the papers are complete, let the person go.
This
EFCC are the
idea,
only ones that can.
this idea of holding somebody and looking for crime, it's a very bad thing. Because look at what they were saying. They were like, just pray we could not see something illegal for there. That is wrong. And they felt
Because
so
Because she's 15 years. Because she's
and
18
and
years.
also and also they felt like they failed in life. The way they were sounding, they
Yes,
sounded
they
so
failed now.
personal
They've
and
already failed now.
angry, like you having a car at the age of 18, while me almost 60, 40 something, 30 something, don't even have a bicycle to my name. So that anger was just emanating, assuming from there. You can see it from their, you can hear it from their voices that they were so angry that a little girl is driving a car at 18. Nigeria is terrible. That ship has derailed a long time ago. Whoever is going to be able to steer it back on the right track is only
Yeah,
God that will
Gilly,
save that person.
whether we like it or not, Nigeria as it stands now, we are being worked on with the anchor. You know the anchor that will drop into the water
Right.
that will try to control the ship. That is what we
Mm.
are working on right now. And until we can get the right set of people that will help us bring the anchor back so that we can start sailing again, because we are not sailing as it stands now. We are not sailing. We are just basically just, you know,
Just
running
stagnant in
around.
one place.
So
Man,
we need
it's
to bring anchor, we need to bring our anchor back up and start sailing again, because right now we are not sailing.
Kinsley, just go ahead
We
and give us your closing remark and let's call it a day.
well, uh, the to me the closing remark would be basically the 2027 election, and it will always be about Peter. Let's just all go out. I don't want to say, okay, he's the most competent, but you and I know he's the most competent person to set our ship sailing again. Because right now, you brought up the ship issue. He is the most competent person that can set our ship sailing again. So let's all go out in all strength. Yes, you are with Sowore, but I will tell you, you and I know who can bring us the glory. So let's go all out. It's about politics now. It's not about just random topics and the rest of it or rhetorics like that. Let's just go all out for Peter, and let's encourage ourselves. Let's go all out and vote Peter for the 20. This is going to be my closing remark for every uh, podcast that we are going to be making. Chidi, I will tell you, let's
Thank
go
you very
all out for Peter.
much. I
Let's go
appreciate
out.
you for being here. We thank our listeners. We thank everybody that will be listening. Good luck to everybody running 2027 Nigeria. Good luck to VDM, to Sowore, to the Nigerians living in South Africa. Good luck to y'all.
Good luck to Peter Obi. Good luck to Peter Obi.
Yeah, I said so. He was the first person. Good luck to him too. All right. Thank you very much. We'll talk again later, my brother. Have a good one. Bye bye.
All right. Good to take care.
Bye.